I'll just pop. Oh, no, that's not going to work.
A few moments later.
That'll do it. That'll do it. Right, stick this motherfucker in sports mode and get to the gym and back in 10 minutes. So, I literally tried to start this video and then didn't have my memory card in, so I quickly had to run back into the house and get that. But we're good to go now, at least I think we are. I've never actually set my camera up in my car before to do like a drive and talk to the gym, so I'm not really too sure what the trick is in terms of getting your camera set up and stable in the car without it like falling over or anything like that. So we're just gonna have to trial and test this and see how it goes. But anyway, YouTube, how are we? Welcome back. Oh, right, so that is clearly not how to do it. We certainly won't be trying that again. Right, we should be good now. We should be good. All right, let's try and keep you there. As I was saying, YouTube, welcome back to another video, another episode of Unbreakable. I think we're on episode 7 now, and today I'm going to be walking and talking you through a push and arms day, which is actually, fun fact, my favourite day of the week. Reason being, I love training chest, I love training arms, and when you get to combine them both into one session and get a pretty good pump throughout that session, and the session just slaps each and every time. So yeah, we're on our way to the gym now, and I just wanted to kind of walk and talk you through a little bit about how training and how the off season as a whole has been going recently. So obviously in last video you got the update on how I've gained around about 10 kg so far this off season, just over that now. Still stayed relatively lean for someone that doesn't actually stay that lean when food goes up and I'm eating in a surplus, so I've done a pretty good job in that, in not gaining too much excess body fat. But in terms of that, I didn't speak a lot on training. Now, training has been very, very good for the first part, and it still is good now, but it got to the point, I think, a week or two back now, where I was getting so kind of caught up and in my head about just having to constantly progress the weight. Now, yes, we know in order to grow muscle and in order to achieve hypertrophy, yes, in time you will have to lift a heavier weight, right? Bodybuilding is about getting the weight from A to B and lifting a heavier weight from A to B in time. But it's about how you get that weight from A to B, and it was getting to the point where I was increasing the load almost, not for the sake of it, but it was getting to the point in my session, and again, going back to saying how I was almost like getting in my head about just having to constantly increase the load, thinking, right, I have weak areas, right, that I need to bring up in order to step on stage next year, be competitive and have a chance at winning shows. I was almost up in the weight and feeling absolutely nothing from the muscle in which I was actually trying to work. So there's been a few times in the past week where I've had to pull back on the weight a little bit, reset, lower the weight, and just aim to absolutely nail execution and make that lighter weight feel as hard as what it possibly can to provide a stimulus overload on the muscle. And in doing that, I do feel like I get so much more out of the set, and I do get so much more out of the set. So I think for the rest of this push up now, I've got around 6-7 weeks left. It's just important for me now that I just enjoy my training. I make sure that I'm actually working the muscle in which I'm trying to target. That is how I'm going to pack a significant amount more tissue onto my frame, by getting quality reps over quantity of reps. And I need to not get in my head so much about just increasing the load week in, week out, because it doesn't always work like that in bodybuilding. So that being said, now I am off to the shops. I'm gonna grab a few square bars for pre-workout, and then I'm actually gonna walk and talk you through the whole session itself. Again, this is gonna be a full Sam Sulek style breakdown of my session. So yeah, see you at the gym. Right, this gym is so fucking busy, honestly. I don't know how much footage I'm actually going to be able to get today, but to start off with the push day, we're just going to start off with a chest priming exercise. So this is, so right here, what I'm going to do is just go get a resistance band. I'd say like just kind of above head height. I like to start from like a high to low position. So what I'm going to do here is essentially almost just kind of inline this resistance band with the coastal fibers of the chest, and I'm almost just going to do 5 mini pump flies right here. And then what I'm going to do is just slowly bring that up and line it with the clavicular fibers, and then just do again 5 more short little pump reps. This is called proprioception. It's basically your body's ability to notice like an action or movement. So this is essentially building up my mind muscle connection with my chest. Just priming it so for when I go into the big lifts, I could just connect a little bit better with that. Because I've got a shit chest, obviously, and I don't want a fucking shit chest. So I'm going to do like 2 to 3 sets on this, 10 reps each side, and then get into my first exercise, which isn't actually a chest exercise, but I just prefer to do this with, well, at the start of my movement. Just had my bottle on the seat there because I had to reserve this machine while I went for a slash. But we're on to the second exercise now. So obviously with my second rotation of push, we start with 2 shoulder exercises before we move on to our chest exercises, because this is more of a shoulder focused push set. So we're on to our shoulder pressing movement. With this exercise here again, I'm just focusing on essentially driving the arms up and across, just trying to place as much overload on the delts as I can. This exercise as well, and what I actually like about this is that you get to adjust the seat back just ever so slightly. The reason I like that is because I feel like I just get a much more natural arm path. Now, if you suffer with external shoulder rotation and you almost have to force that rotation back in order to just get yourself into this exercise, it's not worth it, because you're just going to be putting unnecessary tension and strain on your delts. So by having the seat back ever so slightly, it just allows me to kind of get into this exercise a little bit better. I'm lifting from a safer position, which means I get to load up this exercise more, lift more, and then in turn get bigger delts, right? Because that's what we all want. We want big old 3D delts. So yeah, with this exercise, top set of 8 to 12, back off set of 12 to 15. One more of them at 12 to 15. So we are moving on to the...
A few moments later.
Incline prime machine press. Got there in the end. I don't know why I kept on having Smith machine press in my head. It's not a Smith machine press, as you can tell. But we are going into 2 sets of this. Again, a top set of 8 to 12, back off set of 12 to 15. Me and this machine, I'm not gonna lie, we do have a little bit of a love-hate relationship. There's certain days where I connect really, really well with it, certain days that I don't. But what I've started doing with this now is actually standardizing it with having the seat the exact same, the incline the exact same, and actually keeping a note of that, because it sounds simple, right? But those are things that I weren't doing in the past with exercises. I wasn't keeping note of the setting in which the seat was on or the setting in which the incline was on. I'm doing that with this now, especially with the Prime kit, where you can kind of put the weights on different settings. So yeah, gonna go in for a few feeders and then into my top set. It's feeling like it could be a good day today. Now we are moving on to our flat pressing movement. We are choosing the Smith machine press for this. Reason being, I've been connecting really, really well with the Smith machine recently, so there's no need to change it. Obviously, there's different flat pressing variations that we could use in this gym. There is a flat hammer strength press, I think it is. You also got flat dumbbell, flat bench. There's also seated presses as well, which we could use for like a similar variation, but I really connect well with this, to be honest. Despite the fact that you are in a bit of a fixed position, it doesn't give me any kind of like joint pain or anything like that. I don't get any nibbles from this exercise. I connect with it really well. My chest absolutely blows up on it, so yeah, I go for this. We are going for a new PB here. We are upping the weight. Going for anywhere between 8 to 10 reps, but I'm going to try and get 8. We're going to see anyway. Yeah, let's go. Oh, here we go. Well, we hit it. We got the reps that we needed, but yeah, it didn't feel great. I can't lie, it didn't feel great. Kind of jinxed myself at the start there, saying that I feel really good on this exercise, but yeah, felt like I didn't really set up for that well at all, to be honest. So yeah, we'll just kind of reset for the back off set, see how that feels.
Slipping off the edge, out of phase, watching you pretend we're okay. Every weekend we hit.
Okay guys, so it is the next day. Apologies for the end of that training montage, by the way, or the training clip should I say. For some reason the mic wasn't working for the last 2 clips, which is really weird because it didn't run out of charge, and I certainly did not change any settings throughout the whole workout. So yeah, very baffled to say the least as to why that wasn't working, but that was everything. In terms of the sessions, we started off with lion cuff lateral raises, moved on to shoulder press, moved on to an incline chest press, a flat chest press, cable chest flies, an exercise that we missed, cable crossbody tricep extensions, face away bicep cable curls, and we finish off with some abs, 20 minutes cardio. That was the session. So that is my second rotation to push throughout the week. Hope you enjoyed that, hope you took some cues and pointers from that. If you do have any questions, then please do let me know, but other than that, take care, like, share, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff, and I'll see you in the next one.